fun announcement.
All set.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Margaret, and if you don't know where you are, you're with the Jeffreys Point Neighborhood Association November monthly meeting. You should have just seen an announcement that says that this meeting is being recorded. This meeting will be posted on our website. Although it is hosted on the YouTube channel, it is not publicly available. You are not required to have your camera on. You are not required to have your voice recorded, nor are you required to use your own name. You can change the display as well. Just to clarify, I am co-chair of the Jeffreys Point Neighborhood Association, and I will let Tyler introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tyler Lane, and I'm the other co-chair of the Neighborhood Association. And I think it's just the two of us here tonight. So it's, like I said, just the two of us. The other three of our members are predisposed. So it's just Margaret and I.
Yeah. So normally we would also be joined by several others, and they will be with us next month. But that is okay. Just in case any of you are wondering, the JP&A Instant Library raffle will end automatically at 7:30 p.m. It is being run by Rally Up. We are trying to raise funds in support of literacy programs at the Samuel Adams School. And I just put the link in the chat if that could be shared to everyone, if anyone wishes to make a last-minute donation. Our goal is to raise $2,000, and we are up to past $800. So we're not quite at 50%, but here's hoping. And when Massport gets here, I'm going to guilt them as well. So be prepared for that. Heading over to the announcements, I had to change my screen. So let me just go back here really quickly. Apologize for that. Quick thank you to everyone who voted in our recent elections. I did post the results, the individual results from Precinct 1 from the Samuel Adams School on Blue Sky. If anybody's interested, I can share them as well. But we had 256 voters at the end of election day. I know because I closed the poll, and that was almost exactly double what we had show up in the primary. So thank you to everyone who showed up and voted. A few announcements. Eastie Elves is coming up next month. Eastie Elves will be on Friday, December 12th at the Boston Hyatt Hotel, hosted by the Madaro Family Charity in support of local families having a great Christmas. Everyone from the community is invited to this wonderful family and community event. The new Office of Police Accountability is scheduling a coffee hour here in East Boston. It is coming up this week on November 14th at the new Cafe Della Sport on Saratoga Street from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The office will also be presenting here at the JP&A in January. We encourage you to attend both events. If you have questions, as I said, they're a new office and they are looking to engage with the community. The JP&A would like to offer our congratulations to our Boston City Councilor, Gabriela Coletta Ramirez. It has announced just today that she has been appointed as the new president of the Boston City Council. We wish her all the best, and we hope that she does not forget us in her lofty position. But she has been a hardworking advocate for us for several years, and we congratulate her on this wonderful recognition. And we also provide her condolences for the lack of free time that she will not have for the next several years. That's a joke, in case anybody's not sure. Also coming up next month will be the Jeffreys Point Neighborhood Association Holiday Potluck Get-Together. That will be in lieu of our monthly meeting in December, and that is scheduled for Monday, December 8th at 6:30 p.m. The location is to be determined. Again, that is a holiday potluck. It is open to the entire community, and we ask everyone to bring a dish to share and also something to eat. Tough crowd tonight. So normally we begin the meeting with our representatives from our local police department. Unfortunately, I do not see either Sergeant Santolo or Officer Alvarez. We will try to reach out to them. while we are moving forward in the meetings, but we will move on to our next presenter. Showing up next, we are happy to have with us this evening. And I think this might be your first night, Carlos, is the Mayor's News Liaison is Carlos Garcia. And just as a blast from the past, I'm not sure if he's also presenting this evening, but we have one of our previous Mayor's Liaisons here tonight is Jesus Garcia. But Carlos, feel free to take it away and let us know if there's anything we can do to assist you.
Thank you for having me. Welcome everyone. I'm happy to be here at the Jeffreys Point Neighborhood Association meeting. This is my second time. This my first meeting. I didn't really have very many updates. I'm still kind of getting to know everyone. I just wanted to announce that my coffee hour will be in Jeffreys Point. I typically have them on Fridays from 12 to 1 p.m. I will be at the Aloe Natural on Marginal Street from the next 2 Fridays from today. So it'd be great to have some guests. I did have a few at my last meeting, so it'd be nice to have a few more. I wanted to let everyone know that the trolley tour this year is happening on December 7th. It's a Sunday at 6:30 p.m. So we're waiting on the flyer to be released. As soon as that's ready, I'll make sure to share with everyone. Trying to make sure that this is the best one yet. It's actually the first one I'll be attending. So I'm really excited for that. And also another thing, if anyone has any past or recent concerns, I just want to make sure that you can contact me. I feel that there's probably many things that have been looked at in the past and may not have been completely resolved. So I encourage you all to send me a message, either, here directly, or via my cell phone number, which I can share in the chat.
My name's listed on it. It says JPNA October 2020.
Hey, Sergeant Santolo. So yeah, I just want to make sure that everyone can reach me. I would like to get to know you all. So don't hesitate. I see there is a question in the chat about the golden staircase. This is actually the first time that I'm hearing about any issues there. So this is a good opportunity for you guys to let me know. One other thing that I wanted to mention is that street cleaning will be ending on November 30th. So I know this can be kind of a struggle throughout the year, but it's good to know that there is a little bit of a break there. And any other traffic concerns, parking concerns, I'm happy to elevate. Trying to do my best to coordinate with BTD and of course Jesus at ISD if any other concerns arise. But other than that, thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions? If not, just send them over in the chat. I'll leave my email in the message there.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. Really appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Carlos. And I just want to, I know you said it, and I just want to follow up. You said that the mayor's trolley tour was on Sunday, December 7th at 7:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m.
I'll have the flyer ready in the next week or so. I'm still working on the details. If anyone has any suggestions or, would like to contribute, please let me know. That'd be awesome.
Okay. And again, it came out a little fast, so I want to make sure that everybody got it. For the next 2 Fridays from 12 to 1 p.m. at Aloe Restaurant, you have a coffee hour available. So anyone who has concerns is welcome to stop by and speak with you directly, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm taking notes and covering the meeting, and Tyler's covering the chat and handling slides. So we may ask people to repeat things because there's only 2 of us as opposed to usually 4 or 5. We thank everyone for their patience with Tyler and I this evening. But thank you for being here, Carlos. And thank you for putting your contact information in the chat. As always, people are welcome to contact you directly, or they're welcome to go through the JPNA if it would be helpful. Officer Santolo, or Sergeant Santolo, I apologize. Would you like to present, or would you like us to come back to you in a couple minutes?
Yeah, Hugo's trying. I'm sorry, but we're having such difficulties. The captain just logged on also. For some reason, we're having difficulties. Hugo's now trying. So if you want to come back to us,
Okay.
I'll try to get Hugo on.
Okay, yeah, we can come back to you in a few minutes. That's no problem.
Thank you.
So next on the agenda, and I'm not sure who the person presenting is that we have the East Boston Soup Kitchen.
Sandy's here.
Oh, Sorry, I'm.
Yes, just joined.
Oh, excellent. I was going to say I've moved up to 2 pages so on my Zoom, so I'm not sure. But Sandra, if you're here, are you ready to present? Can we put you on? Oh, there you
Sure.
are.
Hi everyone. I just logged in. I was having
sorry.
trouble here with technology. How's everyone?
We're doing
Good.
well. We're doing well. We moved forward a little fast. Someone else was having trouble with technology as well. We thank you for being here tonight. We know that things are difficult for a lot of people in the community, and we know that the Soup Kitchen and you do a lot of amazing work. And we were just wondering if you could review and talk about a few of the programs available in case people need help and need to know where to go. And if you could spend a few minutes talking about what we can do to help you. So don't
Okay.
put you on the spot, but I know you can, I know you do this stuff every day, so I know you're going to be amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having that confidence in me. Today, we had a very long day, a very long line, and the rain was crazy. It kept on off and on and pouring really heavy. So the food distribution was pretty hectic. But the East Boston Community Soup Kitchen was founded 9 years ago, going to 10 years. And we have some of our board members here, like Josh. He's our treasurer. And the East Boston Community Soup Kitchen, what we do is 2 different operations, and we're open only 2 days a week. So Mondays, we distribute bags of groceries to everyone who comes looking for food to prepare. So we are addressing food insecurity for a lot of people in our community, and we have people that come from everywhere. We even have people from Quincy, Medford, Somerville, Everett, Chelsea, Revere, and of course, East Boston is the majority of our clients. We also have a pet food pantry, which, it's every 2 months that we give food to folks who are struggling to make ends meet and have pets. And I am a pet lover myself, so yeah, I know how that is. We're gonna feed our pets before we feed ourselves. And that's what happens on Mondays. We also have feminine distributions and once a month. And then on Tuesdays, we work with our unhoused community members. So folks who are, dealing with homelessness and mental health and a lot of challenges out there on the streets. They come to Our Savior's Lutheran Church is where we run our East Boston Community Soup Kitchen from. And we spend practically half of the day there. We provide a hot breakfast and hot lunch to everyone that comes looking for a high quality hot meal in community. So it's not just the homeless, but it's everyone who is in need for a nice hot meal. But of course, we try to focus on our unhoused community members. We use the hot meal as a tool to bring them in there and then identify what their challenges are. So when they say, I'm homeless, then we start to write down all their information, like full name, birthdays, nicknames, and where do they sleep, under a bridge or at a shelter, if they have a caseworker, and if they don't, then we try to connect them to someone who is at the Pine Street Inn or the Elliott Human Services or someone at Neighbor Health. We partner with everyone that we can partner with, anyone that wants to work with us, because we know that in order to help our homeless get out of the situation they're in, we need everyone to jump in and help connect them to the social services available to them. So that's what the Soup Kitchen does. We try to work with everyone because at the end of the day, we want to help change people's lives. We want to get people out of the streets and go into a permanent housing and wraparound services with it. So we are very little, the East Boston Community Soup Kitchen, we are a very small organization, but because we collaborate with other organizations, we're able to accomplish a lot of these life-changing situations. And it's not an easy work to be doing every single week. It's really hard, but it's also very fulfilling when you see the progress that people make, go into detox. We have recovery coaches that come in, we have social workers that come in, we have nurses, we have hairdressers. So everyone works with our unhoused on one-to-one, and next thing you know, they have a place to live. They don't no longer live on the streets anymore. And that's thanks to the collaboration of everybody. Even the hub, we participate in the East Boston Hub with Neighbor Health and the police and many other partners that come, and we have that conversation. We talk about all the issues that are happening with people dealing with crisis like addiction and all of that. And we work together to helping people get the services they need so they can hopefully have a better quality of life. And together we accomplish it. We see it all the time now, where people are no longer homeless. And, it's a really beautiful feeling to see that progress, to see that change in people's lives. So that's what the East Boston Community Soup Kitchen does. Obviously, we have outgrown the space we're in, and we struggle to provide the services we want to provide to our people in a better way. But, we do the best we can with what we have. So thank you for allowing me to talk so much and share so much information. But if you have any questions, please let me know, let us know. And we are at 28 Paris Street. We're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with the Peace Walk. So our District A7 will be, donating the dessert like they always do every year, and hopefully have some of them volunteer as well. I know the date this year is a little tricky, but we have clergy leaders, police, and community leaders that come in and help us with Thanksgiving celebration. That's going to be on the 25th. And also to share that Adrian Madaro, our state rep, will be also hosting his Thanksgiving on the actual Thanksgiving Day. And we always go on Wednesday to help him prep, and also distributing flyers to let everyone know about it. And then Christmas, we will be celebrating Christmas on December 16. So we will be looking for donations on that as well. Gift baskets, anything. And lastly, we also celebrate birthdays. So every month we celebrate whoever's birthday it is, and they look forward to it so much. It's like children, like they look so happy to get their cupcake with the candle and the hat and the little gift. We give them a gift card with a little card, wishing them a happy birthday, and we sing to them and we decorate a little bit the space. So we dignify them, we humanize them, we see them. They're not invisible to us. They're human beings just like we are. And we give them that sense of belonging and community and dignity and love and acceptance. That's what we're about. So thank you again.
So, can you talk about what is something that somebody could do today to help support the soup kitchen? And then what donations would you be looking for Christmas on December 16th?
We need help with outreach for donations, because we need donations of everything. We're talking about, of all the supplies we give to our homeless. Like for our homeless, we give them a backpack that is water resistant. It's about between 50 to 60 pounds deep. And in that backpack, we put in seasonal clothing. So it's winter time, so we're gonna put sweatshirts, sweatpants, underwear, a little bag of hygiene supplies like toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, a brush, that kind of thing, shaving, deodorant, the little things like travel sizes type of stuff. And we also put in a snack bag. In the snack bag, we put in the sandwich, bottle of water, whatever stuff that we can fill in. It's a 2-gallon size Ziploc bag that we put in all kinds of snacks in it. Hard-boiled eggs, everything. So for all of those supplies, all those items that I just mentioned requires money. And a lot of times I have to go and buy these things. And I shop at 4 different stores. So I'm going to Primark, Walmart, actually more than that, Costco, Restaurant Depot. So I'm like, and Amazon. So I'm like, you know, juggling, trying to find the cheapest prices. And food, you know, we need food donations. Luckily today we had a lot of food, so we were able to cover everyone that came, and it was a lot of people. I'm like really amazed the amount of people that come out despite of the fear of ICE. But people still come out and stand in line for hours long. So that, and then sponsoring hot meals, you know, because we're not able to cook the food in the kitchen at the Lutheran church, we buy it from the restaurant, the El Pueblo Viejo restaurant. And they are very reasonable with the prices they give us. Of all the restaurants that I've looked around, they are one that really gives us really comfortable, reasonable price. And the food is extremely delicious. And everything else, I mean, we need help with grant writing. We need help with board members. But mainly the outreach for donations. We need winter jackets. A lot of people are asking for that. We need shopping carts. We have a lot of elderly that are barely able to carry their foods on their walkers. A lot of our elderly are on fixed income and they can't make ends meet. So they come and stand in line for a long time and barely walking with their foods. So we actually do deliveries too, to just a very few people because we are not able to really cover a lot. But we've been doing deliveries for several years now. And we also have a pick up and go. We also, yeah, we're covering a lot of little branches. And because we are a 501c3, all your donations, you know, you can report it to your, you know, to your taxes at the end of the year. We, you know, our treasurer here will be providing you with that document that you can, you know, report to your taxes for your donations. Yeah, I'm not sure, Josh, if I'm missing anything else here. Oh, and because we're a 501c3, we'll also have a lot of people that do community service hours with us. So sometimes they come from the court for their probation, you know, officers, and they do their hours so that way they don't go to jail. Also, students who are, you know, going to college or they're in college and applying to grants. So they come and do community service hours with us. Also, folks who are in between jobs and they want to put it in their resume, or people for immigration purposes, all those reasons and more, you know, and even for employment and everything. So we do a lot of little things. We connect the dots in a lot of different ways.
And for Christmas, you said you'd be looking for donations. What kind of things are you looking for Christmas?
You know, we for both for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we love to give them a holiday gift card so that way they can go and prepare their holiday meal. That's for folks who have a place to live, right? But even for our in-house, a lot of times they go to Shaw's or different places to buy with the gift card we give them to buy food at different days of the week. So the gift card goes a long way. So we're trying to get gift cards to give to them. But if that's not possible, then we also like to have like gift baskets, because we do little raffles just to kind of like lift up, you know, people's spirits. We like to play a little bingo game, a dance contest that we do also. And yeah, just little different games that a raffle, bingo, dance contest. Those three things are the ones that we actually do on a more regular basis. And they just cheer up and, you know, and really have fun. It's really actually really funny and beautiful at the same time to see them all lined up and getting ready to dance and to see who's going to win. And I try to give a prize to everyone at the end, just for the fact that they participated, you know, and have everybody forget about their troubles a little bit. So just providing community, I think it's very important. But yeah, whatever is in your heart that you can give makes a world of difference. You know, if you go to our website and if you donate, you know, $5, $10, or thousands of dollars, whatever you can donate, please know that it will make a huge difference to us. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity to share about our East Boston Community Soup Kitchen's work, you know, our efforts. And thank you for all your support, Margaret. You've been with us for a number of years as well. So thank you so much.
It's wonderful to see how impactful you are and hear about all your wonderful success. And I even see that someone in the chat is asking, like, they want to volunteer. Like, who should they contact on your staff if somebody wants to volunteer?
So for that, you would go on the website and fill out the volunteer application. And then when you fill that out, you also get the opportunity to schedule a date to have a 10-minute or 15-minute Zoom meeting. And I meet with the person and then just give a brief overview of our operations and to answer any questions before the person coming in to volunteer. The whole purpose to doing this is so that, you know, when the person comes in to volunteer, doesn't feel lost or expectations are too low or too high, you know, so kind of have an idea of who we are and what we do and kind of know what to expect. So that's the whole purpose of having that brief interview and filling out the application, and also for us to learn about the person's skill sets and availability. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I know that it's a lot of work what you do, so I appreciate you. And I know Josh is your treasurer, so he's here this evening, one of our former board members. So we appreciate you taking the time to be here this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, we're gonna back up a little bit. It looks like that Officer Alvarez and Sergeant Santolo, I think, could you give me your thumbs up if you think your technology issues have been resolved? I see one thumbs up. Great. So then we will back up the agenda just a little bit and ask you to take over. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. We're in good shape in the Jeffreys Point area. But I do have a few incidents to report, larcenies and scams and frauds. And that's we'll have to be aware of those. Beginning on Wednesday, November the 5th, we had a walk-in. And actually with this is a radio call. Victim reports that he ordered hydraulic suspension for $100 from an online company called Grinds USA. So he made arrangements to purchase this suspension, and send the money. And he was told that the suspension would be arriving within 2 to 3 weeks. The item never arrived, so he waited 4 weeks. He contacted the company, and he then spoke to a man, and then he was advised, forget about it. You're not gonna get your money. Then shortly after, he tried to call back, and there was no answer, and the website was out, no longer online. We have a larceny that took place on Maverick Square. This is also on November 5th. One of our officers was on patrol, and he was approached by a victim who stated that he was eating at the Cactus Grill restaurant on Maverick Square, where no one person stole his $1,200 iPhone, and so that's still under investigation. On November 7th, we have a scam. And this is a victim. There was a walk-in. The actual scam took place on January 13th. So the victim is a resident of Cranston, Rhode Island, and she made arrangements to come into East Boston to supposedly to a church on Brook Street to seek assistance in obtaining a work permit for immigration. So she arrives there. The building didn't look like a church, but still proceeded with the transaction. She met 3 people inside, and they discussed the obtaining a working permit. And so she gave them $200 in cash, and agreed to send them $1,500 through the cell application. She returned home to Rhode Island. Didn't hear anything regarding the permit, and then she tried to contact the people in question, and there was no answer. There wasn't successful, so she was scammed. We have another fraud. There's another walk-in. We have a victim that walked into station to report that she received a letter through a collection company on behalf of Verizon on the amount of $3,600 that was billed to her from charges were billed beginning from September last year up to date, related to few telephone lines associated with her name. But she further states that she was not in any matter associated with those numbers, and she wasn't a Verizon customer. So that's under investigation, and that's what I have, Margaret. The scams are on the rise, and they're getting very sophisticated. So just be careful, guys, because this is the season.
So it sounds like walking into the police station,
Yes.
like, results in a lot of scams result from walking into the police station.
Yeah, we took a lot of reports regarding the scams, because that's like I said, that's on the rise, and everyone's getting scammed left and right.
I think what happens is a lot of people. This is Officer Mosebay. Just sort of let you know. I think what happens is a lot of people get stuck and they don't know where to turn. So they probably reach out to somebody who tells them just go to the police station and report it. Like the one from Rhode Island, that person actually had to come all the way from Rhode Island here to report that, because Rhode Island would not take the report.
Wow. I mean, do you have advice for questions that people should ask if they suspect something is a scam? I mean, one of those people like actually saw this on a website.
Yeah, there's many fraudulent websites out there. Just be very careful of the texts, the emails on questionable websites. That if you see something that is not spelled correctly, or if it looks too good to be true, you always have to question yourself. Really, I'm gonna get a working permit from immigration from Brook Street? You should be scratching your head with that. That's not gonna happen. Immigration, JF Kennedy. That is it. You're not gonna get working document papers from Brook Street.
Yeah, Mark, but just tell people, just trust your gut. And if there's any question, call us, call a friend, call somebody, and just ask questions. There's a lot of the scams going on, and nobody's calling us till after the fact. Our office is always open. You can call the front desk, and somebody from the Heights called me. It was Skip who runs it. I'm like, Skip, look at the you can look at the link above, and it has like someone's name in it. So just don't respond to it. Don't answer text, and don't answer numbers you don't know. If it's someone important, they'll leave you a message, and then you can get back to them. So there's a lot of things you can do to avoid it. I have some information from the BRIC on how to avoid these scams, I can definitely I'm gonna forward it to you guys.
Yeah, please do.
Yep.
I mean,
And Captain's on also. Captain, you have anything to add?
Yeah, my biggest thing is anybody who requires you to act immediately generally is going to be a scam. Oh, if you do this, but you have to do it right now. Don't get off the phone. Go get a green dot card. Go do this immediately. Anybody who's doing that generally is ill-intentioned. They're not looking out for your best interest. They're just trying to get you to act on impulse. Anything where you feel like you have to act on impulse, you should probably take a step back and say, hold on, before I press the button on this, let me make some rational decisions and make some phone calls.
okay.
And
And
I
as-
think,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, just to add to all this, like this can happen to anybody. I know, and I
Yeah.
swear to God, this wasn't me.
Mhm.
This was somebody I worked with, but like somebody I worked with, fairly youngish person, IT related job, very bright, technical person, like got taken for several hours and like on their way to a bank to withdraw a bunch of money. It really can happen to anybody. I swear to God, it wasn't me. But it really can happen to. It was not a person you would think you really fell for that. But they can be pretty good and pretty convincing, to my understanding. So
They really are. I watched it with my mother. She's on one line talking to me. Her husband's going to the store to go get a card. What are you talking? When have you ever paid a bill with a green dot card? Please just stop and just hit pause. They get you at a moment of weakness and they're relentless. Oh, it's happening. And they get really excited and they're talking to you on the phone. And that's what it ends up being. It does. It's not just the elderly, it's everybody. They're really good at what they do.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been honing their skills on this. I was just gonna ask, as we're heading into the holiday season, are there any scams that tend to be like around the holidays that we should keep an eye out for, that are more likely to happen? Is there any, I know that porch pirates are more likely to be active this time of year. Like, what should we be keeping an eye out for?
A lot of the holiday scams generally revolve around people wanting you to give money to different causes. I'm here to help out for such and such family, or I'm doing this through the Red Cross, or I'm doing this through. Just make sure that person or that entity actually exists. We had one that was going on in Boston recently where a group were claiming to be members of a family of a homicide victim who was a small child. So they were showing people this picture of this kid. And people would say, oh yeah, well, you got to donate right this minute. Here, I have the picture. There's the QR code. And they were taking people's phones and getting their bank account info from their phone and wiring, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 and then taking off. Always question what it is, what this person wants. And they're going to pull on your heartstrings. They're going to know most people are really genuine and want to contribute. But before you do that, just take a moment and try to research what you can.
Okay, that's really helpful. And as always, lock the doors on your car.
Absolutely.
Yes. Don't leave any packages or any gifts visible in your vehicle. It's the season.
And one thing I will say is East Boston Community Soup Kitchen is great, and they're a great partnership. I just listened to Sandra speak at length about the great work that they do down at the Soup Kitchen. I agree that they're great partners for us. They do excellent work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, just reiterating what Tyler said, like the number of people that they help on a regular basis is incredibly impressive. And the fact that they're part of the wraparound services for the community is very impactful for all. We have no idea how much they do. Really.
Yeah, they do a lot. They're great partners with us with the hub and everything. And they help with our outreach. It's good.
That's excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am going to ask two people really quickly to like kind of raise their hands. Jesus Garcia put something in the chat really quickly about inspectional services having some virtual office hours. Jesus, I know you're not on the agenda, but could you take like one quick second and just explain what they are about the virtual office hours? Just because I don't think people understand how important inspectional services are. And by the way, if you'd like to come back in January and talk more about this, I'd love it.
Of course, Margaret. Thank you so much for the time. And very quickly, this is a new initiative. As probably I mentioned it in the chat last month, I started working with inspectional services, and East Boston is one of the neighborhoods that I'm taking care of. And if you need anything or any help with an inspection, housing, or construction, any issue that is related to ISD, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. But this initiative, this is the second month that we're gonna start launching this virtual meetings where we can interact with the constituents and learn about like what services are they looking or like having more trouble, or what they want to learn about the processes that we or services that we provide in ISD. So as is I mentioned it in the message, if you have any specific topic that you would like to us to discuss during these meetings, please send us an email, and we will make an agenda. Last month we have around 100 people, so probably it will be easier for us to have previously known what the people want to talk about NISD, and any proposals that you want to us to speak or talk up during these events. Please feel free to share it with me. And thank you so much for this opportunity, Margaret.
Absolutely, Jesus. I'm glad to thank you for coming to let us know about this. This is one of those things that you don't think you need ISD until either the building next to you is falling down, or you want to build on your own building, and then you're like, where do I start? So I appreciate you taking the time to stop by here. And as I said, feel free to contact the board. Our email address is board@jeffreyspoint.org. If you have questions, or Jesus, let us know if you'd like to come back in January. And again, I know it's 7:45 and we do have 2 more things on the agenda, but I do want to take a quick second. Stefan Marin has put his name in the chat as well. We have invited him several times to come because he is the new East Boston liaison for City Councilor Gabriela Coletta Zapata. And I do want to give him, again, he's not in the agenda, and I apologize for this. I know people are not always thrilled when we do this, but I do want to give him a quick second to introduce himself as well. And then we will immediately, as soon as he is done, we will immediately turn that over and start the slides with Daisy Gutierrez. Hopefully I said that correctly, and Partners in Democracy. But Stefan, if you could just say hello really quickly.
Hi, everybody. Just introducing myself. Sorry I couldn't make it last month. A bit of a conflict, but just wanted to let everybody know that the counselor will not forget you guys while in her new responsibility as president. Like Margaret said before, she does have a lot of responsibility, but we will always. No, I know, jokes, but I will always be available for any concerns that you guys have. I threw my email in the chat, my office phone number as well in the chat there. So don't think that you can't contact the city councilor's office for any reason. She's still representing East Boston. She still lives in the community. She's still worried about what's going on. We're always having team meetings and updating her with cases that are going on in the community. So that will always continue.
Thank you so much, Stefan. We do appreciate it. And we do appreciate you being here this evening and introducing yourself. And again, your contact information is in the chat, both your phone number, which you may regret sharing, and your email address. And we will make sure that those are included in the notes as well. And then, as I stated, as we are getting a little bit late, I do want to turn it over to please let me know if I did not say that correctly, to Partners in Democracy with Daisy Gutierrez.
Yes, Daisy Gutierrez.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Daisy. I am an East Boston organizer, actually, but now I'm working statewide with Partners in Democracy, and we are a nonprofit, nonpartisan nonprofit. And I'm here to give a presentation on 8 ballot questions that are currently gathering signatures right now. So if they get 75,000 signatures, each of these that you see on your screen might make it to the 2026 ballot when we go vote.
So
Can you go
yeah,
next?
yeah, exactly. Whoops. Oh, sorry.
And I'm gonna skip some things too.
Oh no, I'm ruining it. You know what? I screw this up like every meeting.
It's
Bear with me
okay.
here a second.
And yet we assign it to you again.
Yeah, I know. It's funny how that happens. Screen share, ballot questions. All right, hold on. Let's do this.
Um,
Okay.
this is a lot of information for like 10 minutes. So I am gonna put my email in the chat in case I leave today and there's questions or you just want to connect or anything. I will put my info there.
Please do. And please feel free to start talking.
Okay. So the first one would be stipend reform. Right now, the Senate President and Speaker of the House have the ability to appoint a chair to a committee. And then they also have the ability to give that chair a leadership stipend. This can lead to our legislature to have loyalty to that the Speaker of the House and the Senate President, because essentially the stipend that they get can be from $7,000 to $100,000, so it can double plus their pay. As well as there's no actual metrics tracking if people show up and all of that. There is some really good legislatures that do show up and do work. There is also other legislatures that are part of ghost committees, they call it, which is just committees that kind of exist and not a lot of things come out of there. The proposed solution for this is that if stipend reform does happen, the legislatures would still get a performance stipend, and it will be 75% of their base pay. So they still will get a good chunk for the work they're doing. They would just be, it wouldn't be that the Senate President and Speaker of the House would dictate if they get it or not. So the metrics will kind of change. Therefore, next slide. Therefore, supporters say
sorry.
that, oh no, that one's good. Yeah. So supporters say that this can lead for legislatures to make decisions without the fear of losing their financial security if their bosses essentially don't agree with what they're doing. It also people also say that this leads to more transparency and meaningful metrics performance. Opponents do say that this is just a partial solution to the overall accountability issue, and that this may have unintended consequences, like decreasing the pay of the legislature that do show up. And then next, you can skip the next slide. Next one. So this is voting rights restoration. This would allow Massachusetts residents to vote, register to vote, and update voter registration on election day. People say that this will be great because it would boost voter turnout by 12%. It would also remove barriers for people who, um, that voting disproportionately affects. So, like older adults, people of color, students, renters, busy parents. Opponents say that this would just be like a hassle for election workers to learn all of this, and that it is still just a partial solution to like without same day registration and all that. Um, yeah, so I think for now you have up until 10 days before election day, and that number was kind of just made up. So that's also a supporting argument. Like, let's make up a new rule. Next slide. One more. Oh, I think we skipped one. It's okay. So the next one is right to recall. So this will give Massachusetts voters the power to recall statewide, countywide, district-wide any elected official before their term expires. So essentially, like firing the person that you vote for in office. So supporters say that this would allow for more timely consequences for bad behavior with elected officials. But and also people also say that voters deserve to have this right to almost to fire the person that you elect into office. Opponents, however, say that because right to recall would naturally trigger a special election, the special elections are expensive and have low turnout. It also opens the door for potential political abuse. I know if this does happen and someone organizes a right to recall, then the governor has the right to appoint the person that so the person that got taken out their seat, the governor has the right to appoint whoever they feel that is best to fill that seat again. Next. Next. Sorry if I'm out of breath. This is a lot of words. Oh, okay. Sorry. I think we're skipping a few. There's the all state primary before the right to recall.
Okay. Let me go back. There you go.
The one before, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all party state primaries, this would change the way we have elections. So Massachusetts state primary election, so that all candidates are on one single open primary, regardless of the party. So right now, when we go to vote, we get either a Republican ballot or a Democrat ballot. This would merge those two, and we would get one ballot and have all the candidates in that one ballot. And then from the ballot, the top two vote getters would move to the general election. People say that this is great because it pushes the most important, I guess, election to the general election. And also it encourages candidates to seek a more broader support rather than there's a specific demographic. Opponents do say that this can be open doors for political abuse as well. So candidates may try to boost weaker candidates to ensure a weaker opponent in November, as well as it can make elections more expensive, which would increase fundraising barriers for new candidates that want to run. And then if we can skip to voter identification.
Yeah, there might be a slight delay here, which might explain things. There you go.
Okay, so voter identification or voter ID, this would require voters to show a government issued voter ID when we go and vote, as well as if you vote by mail, it would require attaching a photocopy of your ID in the mailing when you mail in the ballot, as well as if you go and vote and you have no ID, then you would have to send an affidavit saying like your name, address, and signing legally that it is you. So supporters say that this may address the problems of voter fraud and voter error, which both are extremely rare, and it also standardizes like voter identification. But opponents say that this will harm thousands of voters, people of color, people who don't have IDs, older voters, students, renters, as well as if your ID is expired or you moved and you didn't update your ID, then you wouldn't be able to vote unless you do sign the affidavit. And it also increases administrative and training costs. Next one. Expanding public records. So this one would subject the Massachusetts legislature and governor to the state's public records law. This applies to other government bodies like your city council, but those two are exempt from it, the governor's office and the state legislature. This would mean that if researchers, journalists, you or I, if we're interested in getting notes of internal meetings or committee meetings and what's happening and how people are voting, how people that represent you are voting on like policy that matters to you, we would be able to request those notes. So supporters say that this would lead to a more transparent, like just more transparency in the state house. And opponents say that this does increase off the book conversations. You know, people can still call each other or talk in person. And it also may increase administrative burden when people do request those public records. Next. So public registry of voters. This would make Massachusetts voter registry and its content. So if you're a voter, your address, phone number, age, subject to public record and available to any individual for a fee of $100 or less. This very moment, you could attain like per county, I think it is, the public registry of voters, but it's not easy to just obtain like all of Massachusetts voter registry. So you would have to like, right now there's like hurdles to actually obtain that information, as well as if you are running for office, it's really expensive to get this information. So people usually fundraise for it. But if this passes, it would be public for $100 or less. Supporters say that this lowers the barriers to obtaining the voter file, which is currently costly and requires like the knowledge of how to get it. And it also allows citizens to verify accuracy of voting results. But opponents say that this is a risk for data selling, also privacy risks of people getting doxxed. Think about like DV survivors and all of that. It would just be easier for people to get people's information. And I think we did miss one. I can just talk about it real quick. But this one is the voting rights restoration, which is all the way almost like in the beginning.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let me go back.
But this ballot question would allow currently incarcerated people with felony convictions to vote in state elections. Supporters say that this supports people to re-entry after they're done serving their time, as well as it allows for all of Massachusetts people to be civically engaged regardless if you're incarcerated. And opponents say that there should be consequences for breaking the law, as well as that could create more logistical hurdles. I know this was voting rights were restored up until 2001. They took it away. And now it's back for maybe potentially on the ballot. So yep, that is all. So how you can help, actually November 19th is the due date where all the signatures are due. You can scan the QR code if you are interested in gathering signatures yourself. But I'll put my email, we can connect if you just want to know more. I know this is the first season that I'm getting into ballot questions, so my mind was blown. I didn't really know how it worked. So if you just want to chat about anything, I'll put my email there and you can email me and we can have a one-on-one. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much. Yeah. That was great. Thank you.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. This was a lot to go over in a short period of time, so great job. Just a reminder, I don't see that your contact information is in the chat yet, so if we could ask you to share it, we would really appreciate it. Please also feel free to drop your website address if people want to learn more. We'd like to encourage them to connect with you or to either connect with you individually or to check out your website address. One quick announcement right before we get to Anthony. I swear, Anthony, I'm not making you wait on purpose. The winner of our instant library raffle, and I'm going to pronounce this name wrong too, Hillary Aguirre from I don't know what street she's at. I thought it would tell me, but I guess not. But Hillary Aguirre will be emailing you this evening. You are the winner of the Instant Library raffle. Congratulations. Yay. Yes, absolutely. Check in, absolutely. And now I will turn it over to Massport. Massport has a wonderful announcement about Chapter 91, a local development fulfilling their Chapter 91 agreement, which is a wonderful, wonderful announcement for this community. So, Anthony, I will let you take it away.
Thanks, Margaret. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm joined by my colleague, Eliza Tan. This is 24 years in the making, if you can believe this. I know, Tyler, I think you have our PowerPoint. I think Eliza sent it to you. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm working on bringing it up.
Okay.
Give me a second. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
As you know, the Roseland Veris waterfront development was the first waterfront development project in East Boston and kind of really jump-started the whole building craze in real estate development in East Boston. Back in 2001, when Massport put out the RFP, they created the Waterfront Development Advisory Committee, also known as the WDAC. And that part of that community mitigation agreement was the creation of a facility of public accommodation. So tonight we are here to announce that. So Veris, which was formerly Roseland, committed to constructing an on-site community room separate from the Chapter 91 license requirements. So the license requirements that were completed are as the Harbor Walk with seating along East Pier Drive, landscape bike pedestrian path between the Greenway and Pierce Park 2, the relocated water taxi dock on Lewis Street, public access to a public restroom, and 2 existing Wi-Fi lounges located in lobbies of 5 and 6 in Building 7. The outstanding thing that we've been working on for a couple of years now has really been the public meeting space agreed upon by the WDAC, which I just had mentioned. Tyler, next slide, please. Great. So the public meeting space is going to be built inside the residential development at Building 7 at the corner of South Bremen in Marginal Streets. Next slide, please. Inside this meeting space, this is more or less what the layout looks like. We'll have 2 unisex bathrooms, capacity for about 40 plus. It'll be a smart room with a movable podium. You'll have plenty of storage area. There'll be seating. There'll be tables, water bottle filling station, smart computer. And at the bottom left will be the entrance exit. That's going to be built probably in the spring at Building 7, so easy accessibility inside and out into the building. We have to remember that this is a residential building. So it will be secured by the Veris Corporation, and this room will be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 5 days a week. Next slide, please. Location again is Building 7, approximately seating capacity for a little over 40. Wi-Fi, smart TV, 2 unisex accessible bathrooms, storage room, chairs, tables, video security cameras, wall-mounted AED device, and a wall-mounted fire extinguisher, which is primarily standard for all meeting spaces. Next slide, please. Eliza, do you want to go over the well, I can do hours of operation. So these will be East Boston community groups, which is approved by Massport, basically the same groups that are available to utilize the Kathleen McLean Room in the Rental Car Center. The space is solely used for public meetings, not private events. So if anyone wanted a birthday party or retirement party, that's not for the use. Again, this is a residential building, so we have to always remember that, but this is for a public meeting space. There will be a reservation form procedure, which Eliza will talk about at the next slide. Meeting space must be booked at least 10 days in advance. Alcoholic beverages are not allowed, and the reservation information mailbox, this application will be on this webpage at Portside at Community Room at verisresidential.com, and the phone number is 561-9500. Next slide, please. Eliza. You're on mute, Eliza.
Thank you. Yeah, well, obviously you can't really see this reservation form, but it'll be available on via their website on the email address that Anthony just spoke about, and it's a 10-day, lead time. And they want to make it clear, and we want to make it clear too. And the community feels the same way, I'm sure, that this is not for private events, birthday parties, whatever. It is for bona fide, from like East Boston community-based organizations to have their meetings. And I think the location is perfect, right in the middle of things, easily accessible. And we're very excited that this is finally happening. The next slide, if we can show schedule, I think. Yeah, so Veris has gotten their necessary, bids in, et cetera. They are at the very tail end of obtaining their building permit. So the good news is, because most of the construction is indoors, they're converting a unit into this meeting space. They'll be starting construction late fall into the winter, and it's the outdoor work, the outside entrance and staircase that needs warmer weather. So as soon as warm weather hits in the spring, they'll tackle that. So this meeting room should be available by early next summer, 2026.
So we're really excited about that. We've been spreading the word with a couple of groups. So I know that the Jeffreys Point Neighborhood Association, when they try to meet in person, it's been a real challenge. I know that, talking to Margaret and others for a long time. This space will be definitely available for you, in whether it's the Pierce Pack or the East Boston Greenway, whatever neighborhood group that needs, or East Boston based group like the Soup Kitchen. If they wanted to have a meeting, they could have that meeting there. So we're really excited about this. I've been at Massport for a long time, so this has been on part of my portfolio for most of that time. So very thankful to the members of the Waterfront Development Advisory Group, the WDAC, that remain involved and persistent. The elected officials over the years, there's been a lot of transition, and naturally Rich Davey, a Massport CEO, who's very excited about the opportunity to get this ball rolling and open up an additional meeting space for the community. So we think probably end of spring, beginning of summer for an opening, and we'll keep everybody apprised of that. And it'll be more or less the same thing like we use for the rental car center for the Jeffreys Point Neighborhood Association. You would say it's the second Monday of every month. You would work with Veris to get that space if you're going to meet there.
I actually have two quick questions. Like, this
Sure.
is fantastic. Like,
Thank
great.
you.
We've been waiting for this. Well, this is really exciting.
Me too.
How? Yeah, no, I
Me
bet.
too.
How is it just going to be like a keypad? Like you'll be given a code. When we're given, like, how are the rooms going to be secured? That's sort of.
To gain access to the meeting room when it's, you've set up an allotted time, is you go into their lobby.
Okay.
And you pick up a key.
Got it.
And then you'll get access. And then after the meeting is completed, you go back to the lobby and return the key.
Got it. And then with the TV that's in there and stuff like that, kind of a big, if we were to need audio-visual support or something like that, would that be available? Would Portside provide that? Or is that sort of like a come as you go, this is here, you do it yourself?
They're gonna have staff on site. So I think prior to any meeting, they're gonna test out that equipment that day, the day of. So if your meeting is at 7 o'clock that afternoon, they'll have staff that will go check that out. Again, it's a smart thing. There are sometimes technical challenges. We hope that doesn't happen, but we'll remind them that they understand that's their obligation. But we'll keep talking to them about that. Two good questions, Tyler.
That's a good point, because maybe we should have written instructions as to how to
and who to call,
fire it up, and all of that. So we'll definitely.
Yeah, I think that would be
focus on that.
Super helpful. There's probably a variety. Despite my difficulties at operating a simple slideshow, I feel semi-confident in in doing it, but maybe not all groups, you know what I mean, or all people might not feel as confident, having like a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Would
No,
be
that just
really
happened to
helpful.
me at Harborview last week, so it's a good point, Tyler.
Yep.
Any other questions on this room in particular?
And I know you said smart TV, but one of the things that we've been discussing is potentially doing meetings that are hybrid.
Yeah,
Um,
you'll be able to do that there.
okay, so that this would be like have cameras in place that we could potentially like use that as a like beaming out an image from the camera, beaming out an image from the room itself is what I'm saying. Because a smart TV means that you can project to the TV
Right,
itself.
right. We have to double check that, but what we've asked for is that this is a smart room with smart technology. So, like I said, I was at the Harborview last week, and then they had unfortunately, the TV wasn't mounted, but underneath the TV was a box with a camera. So, I mean, I think that's another good question that we can ask.
Okay. Yeah, because what I think what like a smart TV means you can project onto it, you can project to the room.
Yep.
We want to make sure is that it's something that it could be a hybrid option that people could observe the room itself and could potentially find out what's going on that way.
Yeah. I think we did say we wanted a smart room, but we can double check that on the cameras. There are
Yeah.
security cameras inside the room naturally, but cameras associated with this particular mechanism we'll have to ask.
Okay. I do want to call out two things in the chat really quick. Aubrey Hartnett is saying that, who is a board member, by the way, says that she understands while public events only, there really aren't good options for indoor private events such as birthday parties in the neighborhood. Less a question and more a general call out for any community development opportunities that may become available. And then Mary Cole, who is also a former board member, who has been a wonderful, wonderful advocate for Chapter 91 commitments and this project in particular. This is wonderful news and a great new space for the community. If the space is well utilized and all goes smoothly, might there be a chance that there could be weekend access? Thank you again.
Well, I think those are really good. First of all, with Mary Cole, just a dynamite person on so many different levels. And I've worked with Mary regarding the sailing center, the Pierce Park 2, and then particularly she was a part of phase 2 for WDAC. So she's been a really productive member and a good person, a great representative for JPNA. I think that we need to remember that this is a residential building. So, when we were talking about this 20 plus years ago, and even up until to now, that meeting space was so valuable. So we need to remember that people are living here, and then parties, sometimes, the parties I go to are pretty loud and so forth and so on. So I think that this needs to be, this is how it's been agreed with Veris, that they're redoing this, and this is going to be a meeting space. I think pertaining to Mary's questions regarding weekend meetings, I don't know. That's a good question. I think that Veris is going to want to see how things go with this. And I believe it's going to be smooth, right? I can't believe that there's going to be any issues, but I think that because this is a residential building, they're going to want to see things how they run, and then probably revisit that question at a later date.
So what
because I believe I got to believe that if you're doing something, let's say JPNA does its potluck on a Saturday, and you want to have a quick powwow Saturday morning from 10 to 12. I mean, I think that's something that makes sense. But again, I think that we have to work with them just to see how things go after the room opens up.
So what I'm hearing is if we behave.
Well, I think if everyone behaves, I know JPNA will behave. Margaret, I know you will behave, but I think that we just have to respect who lives there.
Okay. So that is good. We did have a request that we do have someone did put in the request that we ask you if you could just cover really quickly how people can get a gate pass. I know
Sure.
this.
Sure. I don't want to keep Eliza. So Eliza, thank you. I know that it's a late night. So thanks, Eliza.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And other people are welcome to submit questions in the chat for Massport and Anthony, but I do know that someone submitted if we could go over the process for getting a big pass. And
Sure.
it is a question that comes up on a regular basis. So
Sure.
Like,
No, and thank you, Margaret. So the Jeffrey's Point, we like to say, is a gated community because you have a Maverick Street gate. The application for a gate card is easy. You just go on massport.com, go into the community tab, and fill out that application. You'll need a copy of your driver's registration, and then like a utility bill, so we know that you live in East Boston. And it's a really simple form. Fill it out, and we'll get a card out to you within a couple of days. We get a lot of issues with the gate card. Unfortunately, I mean, with the gate itself. Unfortunately, it gets hit a lot. There's a lot of people who don't have access into the gate, or they try to piggyback and they break the gate. So there's always a lot of, I mean, there's frustration in my department's part because we're trying to maintain it. But it's a really simple process. Again, don't go on massport.com. The holidays are coming up, so we traditionally open up those gates, like for Thanksgiving Eve and Thanksgiving Day. That gate is open up for the entire day. It'll be the same thing for Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, and then New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. That's something that we had agreed with the neighborhood a long time ago. And if there's ever any issues in terms of the gate, or if you lose a card, then more importantly, call me. We'll disconnect that card and get you a new card because we have that on file. Another thing that's pretty outstanding, I know a lot of questions have come to me regarding the completion of phase 2 of Pierce Park. We're in the permitting stage because we're going into the water. That's a more challenging permitting stage. It's more layers than just building on the backland. So I think that we still have a long way to go. That area will remain like a harbor walk, and then we're supposed to have a bollard would change, which will be the completion of that seawall. But it's still it's a long permitting process. I think that we're over a year away, a little bit more. Once I have more details to that, you know that I will come before you. And I think that's basically about it.
oh, the geese.
Oh, so the parks, Pierce Park, the Navy Fuel Pier and Pierce Park 2 are popular landing spots, I guess, if they were say, for the Canadian geese. And it's been a real challenge over the couple of years. We've had the guys drive in their small little ATVs, who are the maintenance guys, trying to scare them. We had the fake wolves, the plastic ones planted all over the place. That didn't work. So now we're looking at working with USDA Wildlife to maybe get a dog trainer with a dog to go in there and maybe scare the geese and run around the park. And we know that dogs aren't allowed in the park, but for this instance, we're going to need one. So we're gonna hopefully that will work, or I'll be out there with an umbrella trying to scare them. But we think that maybe if that dog and that trainer is there repeatedly, then they won't see the park as a place to go. Yep, all the things that I have to deal with. But yes, so we'll see what happens.
Just put it out there. I live directly across the street, and my dog would be happy to chase those geese off the park. And I'll underbid whatever that dog trainer. So
Tyler,
just put it out there. Just put it out.
Tyler, I will keep that in mind. Tyler, I can't. Tyler, you know my phone's gonna be ringing off the hook.
Yeah, no. No, it is
volunteers.
No, and we've had these conversations before about dogs in the neighborhood and things like that. And even as a dog owner, I think it is wonderful that Pierce Park does not allow dogs to keep the lawn nice and pristine and everything like that. Any help we can to keep it poop free from dogs or other animals.
I appreciate that. I think that you and Margaret and others on the call know that's an ongoing challenge. But I mean, it is keeping the park to the maintenance level that the neighborhood expects. The geese thing is a problem. It's not just here on this side of the East Boston. It's elsewhere, but it's been really frustrating. I mean, even the plastic wolves didn't work after a period of time. So hopefully this might be the genesis of something moving forward.
Okay, but if you want
if I need a dog, Tyler's my first call.
Yeah, well, I'm sure like pretty much anybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
100 different volunteers for you.
Okay.
We're gonna be wrapping up the meeting in just a second. Anthony, I'm gonna ask you to stay for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just to see if any other questions come in the chat. Carlos says he has one more announcement, and then we'll do wrap ups. Carlos, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to give everyone, now that we're talking about Pierce Park, it reminded me that I got a message from Tree Easty. We're going to be doing a last minute, like putting the Rockies Urban Wild to bed kind of event on Saturday. They've been working with a group of great students from BU. As part of their project, they've taken on the task of, determining what they're going to do to make improvements at the Rockies. There are a significant number of fruit trees that have been worked on over the past 6 months. There's a potential for removing a few of those diseased and non-producing trees. So we encourage people to reach out to me. I can connect you with Tree Easty and those students. They will be meeting at the Rockies on Saturday, November 14th at 10 a.m. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what they've been doing and want to just come by to see the improvements that have been made, it'd be awesome to get you all there. I know it's so close and not a lot of people even know what's going on there, but they do hope to make sure that those fruit trees are producing fruit in the next years.
That would be great. Anthony, can I ask you to put
Yep.
your contact
sorry,
information in the chat? That would be great. And then just to support what Carlos said, the Rockies Urban Wild, which is on Marginal Street, is one of only 2 urban wilds in the city of Boston, the other one being up on Condor Street and not being as good, in my opinion. And in addition to being an urban wild, it is one of the few places that we have like kind of wild forest and food picking with both apples, pears, and cherry trees up in there. So we're very lucky to have the Rockies Urban Wild, and it only exists because houses actually burned down that were on that hillside. So we are extremely lucky, and thank you to Carlos for letting us know about this opportunity, and thank you to Tree Easty for managing this space. We had Anthony Guerrero put his contact information, much to his chagrin, in the in our chat. If you have questions relating to either Massport, Pierce Park, or even parts of the Greenway are managed by Massport, and parts of the Mary Ellen Welch Greenway are managed by a private entity of whom we had the leader come visit a couple of months ago. A quick reminder that we are coming to the end of our meeting. Our next meeting next month will be our Jeffries Point potluck for the holidays. Again, we will let people know where we decide to have that, but it will be in lieu of our monthly meeting. If there is something you would like to see discussed at a future meeting, please let us know. You can contact any board member at board@jeffriespoint.org or speak to any board member that you would like to. Personally, we welcome you to do that. Again, the copy of this recording will be available on our website, www.jeffriespoint.org. And we appreciate you being here tonight. There's 1,000 other things that you could be doing, but you are here because you support and believe in your community, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much, and have a good evening. Thank you, everybody else. You can stop the recording, and everyone is free to go.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.